Welcome back to the Star Report. This is Jason, and this is August the 24th, 2022, and the week ahead looks mostly calm. The sun has been mostly quiet. The active region that was lighting us up last week is on the backside of the sun as we speak, and there's only been minor eruptions, I think only one or two, in the last several days. And so the solar weather, which is measured with how much solar storms and electrical storms are going on in the atmosphere, is back down to quote unquote normal or mid-range. That is just normal sun broadcasting into the Earth's atmosphere. So that's good. You shouldn't have anything to worry about. So probably your anxiety is a little bit lower, or should be more manageable. And so with the sun being inactive, it's bringing us to this week's Saturday, which is the moon going new. But we'll get to that in a second. Today, you heard me mention it last week on the report, is Uranus is now going retrograde today. And Uranus is really about a couple of things. It's about breakthroughs and extremes, but it is also about personal image, right? And so this is now the I believe it's 6 planets in retrograde that we have going on. If you saw my post from last week on social media, maybe I can pull that up for us right now. Why not? And see what I just said out loud to everybody else. Yeah, so the retrogrades that we currently have going on that we're adding Uranus to is Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, Chiron, Jupiter, and now Uranus, and then we entered the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde, and that means that we're about week and a half, 2.5 weeks out before Mercury goes retrograde. And of course, Mercury is about communication and all those things, also intellect, memory, and transportation. So traveling during Mercury retrograde is always an issue, or booking flights and stuff like that. You'll see cancellations usually happen a lot around Mercury retrogrades if you travel through planes and things that you have to book online with the internet and stuff like that. So yeah, Uranus is going retrograde today, and we are also, I think it was yesterday, we went into the solar sign of Virgo, and Virgo is really it's the sign of Virgo, the Virgin in the sky, but it is alchemically related to your body in the digestive system, in the bowels. So stomach, intestines, sometimes even a little bit of kidneys are associated with Virgo. And so that's how we understand that the divine feminine really has intuition or gut feelings that sort of work with that. And so that energy comes from the stars, or that correspondence in the body is given that way. And so when you feel it in your gut, you're really supposed to be paying attention to that. And so so we're in retrogrades, a whole bunch of them, about, let's see, Pluto is about rebirth and regeneration, right? Saturn is about our moral authority. Neptune is our psychic ideals and intuition, dreams. Chiron, overcoming core wounds. Jupiter, fortune, success, generosity, and then breakthroughs and limitlessness for Uranus that's gone retrograde today. So our intuition and our inner being is being examined about all of those things that have to do with Virgo. And so those things corresponding here on Wednesday, the 24th, is going to be important. So there could be a couple of things. There could be some physical symptoms. Now that the sun has died down and you're not feeling all the stuff in your heart, things have moved a little lower now that we're in Virgo and that we're going into the moon, going into new moon. And so you want to pay attention and listen to your gut, but also you might be having gut health issues or gut health aha moments where you change your diet, where you all of a sudden realize what's been causing some things that have been going wrong with your bowels or anything like that. And so this is a really extreme time to sort of pay attention to that. And that's, of course, the sun signs last a little over a month, 28 days or so, and will be affecting you for the next several weeks. And so sort of pay attention to that. Maybe you need to eat right, or you see a rhythm pick up, or you understand something in your diet that you can change to actually make better gut health so that you can have a better skin, more energy, better sleep. A lot of times gut health will mess with our circadian rhythms and mess with our sleep and then mess with our hormones, and then everything's out of balance. And so all of these things that are in retrograde are really causing us to sort of look now finally down to our gut, sort of navel gaze, as you were, and sort of see what it is that we can modify, not just in our behavior and ideas and our belief systems, which is what most of this stuff has been about before. It's been kind of spiritual or existential outside of the body. But this is really, what is our body made of, and how can we construct it in a spiritual sense to remove some of the core wounds, right? And maybe some of our gut health is because of core wounds, whether that be trauma, depression, or even actual physical wounds, or something, that we ate wrong, or that we ate wrong over time, or that was causing disarray in our body. Or maybe we've even had parts of our gut health that help us digest removed. Appendixes, gallbladders, stuff like that. Maybe we've been in some impact sports and our spleen is having a hard time. All those kinds of things would be coming up in these next several weeks to sort of examine how do we rebalance that out. And you'll find plenty of things on the internet. I'm not a physician and can't really tell you exactly what to do about that stuff, but I know that when you focus on it and you look at it from a spiritual perspective, that something from outside of your body and your spirit have something to say to your actual physicalness, then you can do a lot of good towards healing and making those things flow. And so that's today, Wednesday. Let's see. Also, you might feel a little bit of energy during Virgo in your solar plexus, which is 2.5 inches below your sternum. About 2.5 inches below your sternum on average. And that nerve system there actually goes and wraps around all of your digestive, so your stomach, your liver, and all that stuff. So it sort of connects there. And then if you're working on that and you're getting some neck pain with some gut health stuff, then those are really connected too, because the polyvagal nerve comes right out here in your solar plexus and then sort of helps the gut, which is why when you have intuition and you feel it in your gut, it's because it's coming in to the polyvagal nerve from somewhere out here from your higher self, your higher consciousness. So that's pretty cool. That's a lot of stuff about Virgo. I didn't know I was going to get into that. But it just seems really relevant. A lot of people have gut health issues that come in the shop. A lot of people have gut health issues that I see online. A lot of people are selling remedies for gut health. And just a heads up that the metaphysical path, the spiritual path, the path to enlightenment and ascension is really about fueling this body that you're in with the correct things, so that the electrochemical interactions that are happening aren't diverting or diluting or even blocking spiritual information and spiritual discernment for the reality that your physical body is in. Wow, another big mouthful. Cool. So that leads us into that's what's happening right now. That leads us into Friday. What is Friday? I believe Friday is the 26th. And Friday the 26th is a 22 master date, right? So the 26th and the 27th is the beginning or the day and a half of the new moon. And so with the 22 master day and the new moon fully being here with us on the 27th Saturday, you really should sort of be able to do a reset, right? So if you decide for whatever reason, maybe you want to fast or do a diet cleanse for this beginning of Virgo, for this Uranus retrograde, for the marrying of all 6 retrogrades with the 7th coming with Mercury, it would be a good time to maybe even just not necessarily a whole entire fast, but maybe sort of limiting your day to mostly fast, so eat within a 6-hour window, and sort of do that as a ritual over the weekend when you're not governed by, I need to be at work, I need to be doing this, I need to feed myself, otherwise I'll run out of energy and can't work. So maybe if you want to do that on a Saturday, or maybe even you can extend that into Sunday for this new moon, that'll give you a nice little reset. And so instead of wondering what your gut's telling you, all of a sudden you'll sort of detox that, or have an expansion where it's emptied out. And then you can sort of discern, what is your gut telling you spiritually, metaphysically, what kind of intuition is in your stomach. And then that might even help you discover some of the things that you've been eating that your body didn't really like, because it'll taste different when you finally detox it out of the body. The interesting thing about getting in habits and bad diets is that like attracts like. And so when you start to eat something, even if it's bad for you, it tastes good and your body's used to it. And so while it's still digesting and remaining in the gut, it will attract you to put more of it in there. And then over time, if your body actually can't function with that will start to make it low function. And then it's even harder to release that stuff. That's how we have buildups of toxicity in the inside of our body. So new moon, that's also time to be introspective. Pay attention to your dreams. Sort of really be ready to come out on the other side of that. So on Sunday, Monday, to come out on the other side of that is really making some decisions about all of these retrogrades: Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, Chiron, Jupiter, Uranus, and Mercury, and all those things that you've been examining since probably 3-4 months ago. At least so for the last basically 2022. 2022 has been pretty much, hey, what's going on in the world? What's going on in my mind? And what can we expect to build from this thing that is under reconstruction, which is our body, which is our mind, which is our soul? And so that should be really fun stuff for this coming weekend with the new moon and all the retrogrades. Then that sort of leads us into next Wednesday, when I'll give you the rest of the report. There is not a lot happening in the solar weather, in the astrological weather, until next week. And so we'll have this sense of knowing when we have this new moon, when we have these retrogrades, when we start to pay attention to what our gut and our intuition is telling us. Through the weekend, on Monday, Tuesday, will be this brand new being where we can actually make a lot of decisions. And so, just a heads up, I think that's the report for now. Just a heads up, if you are paying attention to the shop, I'm thinking, haven't made it official yet with a time or a description of what's going to happen, but we're looking to have a solstice gathering, a solstice retreat, a solstice teaching here on Thursday evening, and that would be September the 22nd, I believe. And look for details either on the website, newdimensionscrystals.com, or if you're seeing this on social media, you can find it on our Facebook page at New Dimensions Crystals, or our Instagram page. It should post to that as well. And so we're looking to do some interesting stuff to sort of push us into the next quarter of the year, make it through the winter time until we get to December with the last of these little retrogrades. It will be a good little gathering to get to if you are having trouble integrating all of these things that the cosmos has been throwing at you, and all of these things that the culture has been throwing at you. And then culture, the economy, the world, the climate, all those things. If you are having difficulties getting through that, this would be a good time for that. As usual, like and subscribe on the YouTube page. Like and share on the social medias. And until next time, many blessings.